What is up? We are back with the right side of the hook. I am your host, Best Bets Daily. My co-host here, SharpDimes. Sharp, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. Dude, I feel like it's been forever.
It has been. It has been.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, starting now, we're going to be back every week. We let a few things slip. Life got the best of both of us in some weeks, and
yeah.
We're back every week. I am going to Florida next week, but I plan on doing it from the condo. So, yeah, we will be back every week. Sharp, man, this week is that week for gamblers where you get to kind of take a deep breath a little bit, and you're not so stressed every day looking at games. And, with the All-Star game, we still look at stuff like that. And the Home Run Derby, we still look at stuff like that. I bet both days. And then today, of course, we just have one game with the NBA Finals. If you want to get into some soccer, you got the Gold Cup. But pretty much it's slow, So have you been able to get your mentals back in these last couple of days?
Okay, this is very uncharted waters because usually it's just the All-Star game and nothing else. But we got NBA, and I know my new boy betting the pitch, bro. Keegan, he's like you in soccer, bro. Like a gem and a half that people need to know more about. Maybe more him. He's got more dirt on his gem because he doesn't got the check mark like you do. But bro, this guy I get hit up a lot. Like, yo, put me on. I don't know like that, but like, yo, can you give me advice? And I always give advice, but depending on how they come at me and how good they are is how much attention I give. But this kid, he came at me dope. He came at me right, maybe a little biased because he's from New York. Usually those dudes know how to like spit the G right. I checked this stuff out. I'm like, I'm very intrigued by soccer guys. Like, it's like think of it like a guilty pleasure. That's not really a guilty pleasure. It's a secret. I love soccer guys, but there's not many that are good. And one guy ever for this kid that I thought was insane. He's got it, bro. And so I've been betting soccer, bro. I've been blind tailing him, bro, and I'm making money, dog. He's got a similar style of me in terms of volume and how he grades his plays, which only makes me more inclined and do that. It's crazy. So yeah, I've been kind of busy, man. Even though it's been the off season, I know for you, I can't do first fives in a home run derby. So
I know it. You can't. I did my own kind of. I guess you could call it a first five. Two of my home run derby bets where I did have Soto beating Ohtani in the first round.
Really?
And then I also had Olsen hitting over 18.5 home runs in his first round. So I guess those were my versions of first five. So I still found a way.
Well, you got balls for the side. I took the under 520. Okay, so I don't know if you know the fiasco with the whole longest home run.
I was on that live.
Yeah, me and two other people got under 520 and a half like in the universe. So when I gave that out, I was like, yo, here's my big book, and all they shalom me. I know I got even the worst numbers at 518 and a half is plus 150. And my other two books had 520 and a half. And when I gave it out, when I was talking to Trent on the TikTok Live, I'm like, yo, 520 and a half is the number you can get. I would recommend definitely get that. So guys were like, yeah, you lost. I'm like, yo, dickhead, you won. You tailed me. So you just said, what the hell? Like, yeah, here's my other two tickets. Yeah, I got lost the big ones. It was like really weird. That's all I had. But I did take some personals on Mancini to win the first round and Trevor Story, which that was personal, selfish. But that total was too high. And if Soto didn't fucking put all the Platanos and Los Candoles out there and hit that 5-on-20 footer, we would have hit. Trevor Story was the only one I was worried about. Maybe Ohtani to hit. And I knew once we got out of round one, we were probably going to hit that. But 90% of people still cash. So that's all I had. Good call on the Olsen thing. Really
that's why in that live, before I get into this, I love Trent to death. That's why I was calling him a chump. I kept fucking putting it in the comments. And I was like, hey.
You don't like to read the comments, bro.
And he kept reading.
You play, you ain't even get no comment. Love.
Bro, like 5 times he read the comment above mine and under mine. I was like, bro, I'm trying to tell these fools Olsen over 18.5 is a huge unit play for a home run derby. Like that was like as close to, I don't say lock. Like I do not say lock. You've never heard me.
I hate that word. Yeah, I hate.
But I'm telling you, like I was even saying, like that's a lock. Like I'm trying to get him, like, hey, announce this for the people. So anybody who was reading that in the comments, they had to have smacked that because that was the easiest bet of the night for me.
Yo, bro, people need to put some respect in your name, my dude.
I'm over that shit, bro. Bro,
I know you're over it. I'm just saying it because I want to say it because I say it all the time. I'm not saying it to boost your ego. If I say that shit when I'm by myself, I'm like, yo, now he's not paying attention, crying about these picks, putting fucking 100 units on no run first inning. Bro, stop that, dog. And then they give Trent shit like, yo, I tell you play. I'm like, you're stupid. Then no offense to Trent. He's a better. He's a volume. You know, saying he doesn't know nothing, but the guy bets a lot. So these guys, you know, Trent has a very charming, grabby aura, you know? I mean, he has that. You can't teach that. So people bet it and then give him shit. I'm like, oh, Buteo. That's why I say best of luck to Buteo, bro.
Yeah.
What's BOL mean? Google it. You saw that little contest I did yesterday. Ask one question, you're done. What happens? First guy asks a question, he's done. You gotta read, man. People don't like to read. Reading Rainbow, Volume 2 with SharpDimes is coming soon. That's gonna be the next shirt.
Reading Rainbow used to be the shit back in the day. I don't care who you are. Reading Rainbow, when y'all was in school and Reading Rainbow came on the TV, your boy was in tuned.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about because, yo, with all due respect, my boys, I'm glad I was some comments in here because y'all can't read some of y'all. Y'all can't pay attention to detail. I think you can't read. The attention to detail is really poor. And when it's VIPs asking me stuff, I'll take that all day because, yo, it's VIPs. But when I'm doing something like, you know, a giveaway, like I did yesterday, the sneakers, big shout out to Third Leg Locks. Great name. He won this $500 sneaker giveaway, bro. He predicted the hits, runs, and errors for the winning team. Of course, like 25% of people that read it, they were putting combined, and I'm just like laughing. I'm like, I'm not gonna say nothing. On Twitter, I was a little more nicer because it's like, you know, I wanted to be nicer, but I don't know what to do. Big Yellow, we got something new on the site that when you buy a package now, because I finally got the subscription model built. So for any VIPs watching, you know, be hype. It's a checkbox I put there that says I have read all the instructions on where the players are, where the alerts for the players are, and I acknowledge reading this. You gotta do it, bro.
And they still gonna miss.
Well, the VIPs, I'll take the questions all day. The checkbox it's just an additional layer of, oh shit, I'm gonna read this. For them, it's cool. They're paying me for a service. They're paying me and Mike for a service. And you know, even though some of them are like, damn, but that's customer service, bro. But these free giveaways, I'm like, bro, yeah, that little asterisk is going on the bottom of every one. When you do one, you should do it too. Put asterisk. If you ask a question, you're disqualified.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I was Sharp. I might have been eavesdropping, maybe, or I might have just been tuning in. But I hear you got a fat play for tonight's Game 4.
Oh yeah, I do. So yo, here's the thing. I will give the pick. The story will be very short. So Nick, I never had my plays early. I don't really do plays early. Nick's like, I need to play for the show, and I'm like, the under, because I did like the under. But I'm like, I'm not locking in nothing yet, but it would be a 3-unit play. I'm gonna make a graphic for the play, and I'm like, that may be my fault from like forgiving it. And I'm like, well, you're not gonna have me on if I don't give a play, so I wanted to get on. I clarified with them, like, listen, it's more like a 2-unit play. The play that I'm really working on is the Suns +5. Get +5.5 for -120, which are probably gonna be, that's the number I'm gonna give out. I think this is the apex line. Yeah, Suns +5.5. I think they win this game. Definitely taking the points. And yes, I'm buying a half point for -120. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a dogfight. A lot of anomalies in Game 3, bro. Forget the Giannis free throws. That was one in itself. But the Drew Holiday, bro, I've never seen the Suns. Okay, so this is comparable to when the Blazers played the Nuggets, Game 1. The Nuggets destroyed them, but it was the role plays that destroyed them and focused on Jokic. In Game 2, when they said, okay, well, we're gonna let Jokic do his thing, but we're gonna focus on the other guys that killed us. That game was a little bit of a dogfight. The Blazers ended up winning outright as, I think, 5-point dogs as well. I think this has a lot of that characteristics in it in terms of how the Suns are going to play defense this time around. I don't see the Bucks going crazy from 3 again, especially with the guys that were doing it. And honestly, the score was a little bit misleading how the game went because it took a 17-0 run for the Bucks to end the third quarter to really pull away. So there were points where they were real lax. That's the thing with the Bucks; they get real lax with the lead. And And the Suns, dude, it's hard to come back from a 17-0 run when you just came back and cut up the 4. So Ayton getting into foul trouble never happens. Never happens. I think they play again. Blazers Nuggets game 2. I think this is like that same kind of cadence. And lastly, I think the Bucks showed their entire in poker reference. They showed their hand. They played like that was their power game. Everything they did. And I think the Suns combat that with just saying, "Yo, Giannis, do your thing, man, and don't put Ayton on Giannis. Have him down there, but you can put someone. Listen, let Giannis score 50. Don't matter." So yeah, Suns plus 5.5 at minus 125 or better, plus 5, still good. Go to play.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting how you said that. Like you said that they showed their hand. That's a really good point, good way of putting it. Like I really feel like the way the Bucks won Game 3, like that is their only identity that I truly believe that they have a chance to win. Like unless Phoenix struggles, obviously, but like the way Milwaukee played in Game 3, they basically showed like, hey, this is our only chance of winning is if Giannis is doing this and Drew Holiday's able to do this and Porter's able to hit threes from the corner. Like it's fucking Porter, bro. Like unbelievable.
They were playing ridiculously confident, bro. They were.
Like I really see. I'm with that same. I got that same vision as you. As I feel like Phoenix is like gonna say, all right, Giannis, look here. If you go score 40, you score 40, but we're gonna hope we keep you in like the low 30s. But everybody else,
let's
like,
score 40 again.
Like,
let's score 40 again.
I know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if you do that, great. But like, we obviously hope you end up in the 30s. And you know what? Chris Middleton, we're gonna shut you down. Drew Holiday, we're gonna shut you down. Like, I really feel like that's gonna be the identity to today's game, tonight's game. And Ayton, you got to keep him out of foul trouble. He did get in foul trouble the game 2 and 3, but that's not his identity. Like, that's not who he is.
The Bucks played a good game on Ayton. They did. They need to get him his ass out of there. He's a problem down there. He got a soft touch around the hoop. Very, very, very. He's got a lot. Yeah, Bryce was ahead of him. Sorry, I just want to say that. I love it.
Yeah, and I think one other thing that you're going to see out of Phoenix today, or what I would personally like to see out of Phoenix, is I would like to see them go to the paint a little more. I'd like to see the drive. I felt like they got too complacent Game 3 and was like, hey, we're going to shoot from the 3, and this is how we're going to try to win this game. And that's hard to do on the road. You got to get in there and get easy baskets, get in the foul line to win on the road. You got Milwaukee's tough at home. They've been tough at home for 3-4 years now. I like that vision on Phoenix. I'm not necessarily on Phoenix or Milwaukee. One thing I'm looking at right now, I hadn't locked in, is the under first half. It is at 108. The last 4 times they've played their first half games have gone total 105, 101, 106, and 109. So I'm looking at that under at 108 right now at minus 110.
So, I'm going to be on the under as well. I've been on the under every game this series. Every game. And the last 2, in game 2, I got crushed in the second half. They put up 127 points after putting up 106 in the first half. The first halves in this whole series have hit under. I like the full game because I think a lot of the legs, I love the first half. It's likely going to hit. And, my boy, y'all know my boy close to the first half, first 5s, man. Plus, it's been hitting. I tailed it personally when he gave. I don't know if he gave it out publicly, and we talked publicly, but I know we texted it, and I tailed it. But I'm going under
the Bucks in game 3.
Game 3, right? Yeah. Because again, in game 3, the third quarter went crazy. Those third quarters have been crushing. In game 2, it was more third and fourth. 60 plus points in each. But I think the legs really come into play here. I really do. And I think it's more the Bucks side that's going to come into play. They put a lot out there in that game. I think the Suns were smart. They rested Booker that entire fourth quarter. They were smart. They really managed the minutes of the guys well without showing they were giving up. And that's a hard thing to do. So I think that's going to really come into play for the total in this game. And also, I think the Bucks may just run out of gas. They can get the huffy puffies, as I call it.
You think so?
I think so, man. I think maybe we see some huffy puppies here. And with an extra day to prep, that really helps the under as well. So I love your first half under, and I'm going to take the full game under. I know they put up 3 units on the show, 2 units on the under.
Yeah, I just it's interesting that you feel that way, because I feel like watching a game, you're more of an NBA guy than me. So like I'm not like I don't do NBA very often. But watching the finals, I really feel like I've been shocked at Milwaukee about how many guys they've been playing and how many minutes they've been getting. I feel like they rotate a lot. So I'm really interested to hear that you say you feel like they're going to start wearing out this second half tonight.
They rotate the front court a lot. They don't rotate the back court a lot. Middleton and Drew Holiday, they're still seeing a ton of minutes. They rotate the 3, 4, and 5 guys a lot. Giannis can play pretty much anything, but anything from a 3 spot to a 5. So those 2 spots, they rotate those, but those guys are still seeing a lot of minutes. And the production ain't gonna be the same. Bobby Portis, he was in New York, bro. Trust me, he's having a good series, and when he's confident, like any player, when they're feeling it, they're gonna hit. And the Bucks, they were feeling it. I mean, did you see how in that third quarter? It looked like game 2 against the Miami Heat from downtown. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. They got hot. And I think and it's so crazy that Matt is, I don't know how much of the public's on now. The double check, last I saw was like 70%. But
on Milwaukee, they're all over
it. Into it. It's a series again. The NBA wants to see. Nah, bro, NBA don't give a fuck, bro. NBA doesn't make that money. It's the finals, bro. They max value their hand. I get that stigma out of your head about they want to see 6, 7 games or they want to see a 7-game series. You want to see a 7-game series.
Yeah. Dude, the NBA does not have their hands on it enough to be like, hey, we make more money if you get to 6 or 7. Yeah, they personally feel that way, but they don't care.
Tim Donaghy fucked that up. Once he got caught doing that shit, everyone's like, I knew it. I'm like, man, they're giving this guy fuel. This is conspiracy fuel. Here we go. And then and that was way before I started betting. But people still bring that up, and I'm like, bro, Allen Iverson was playing when this dude was out there, bro. Like, that shit happened years ago. With betting getting legalized and all the eyes on betting now, do you think that would even be close to happening? The refs really ain't dictating the games like that. It's the players out there. And these players are getting paid off, bro. All right? Again, you got $1 billion to pay off a guy, then yeah. You can't even, dude. No. So chill out with that stigma, bro. It doesn't mean shit. I look at what's on the court. I look at real life shit. Conspiracies don't mean nothing. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Maybe the last time I think that might have slightly happened was that Kings and Lakers series back in the Western Conference Finals. I think I'm not gonna say it was. I feel like that was a little weird. But outside of that, man, I was just probably missed calls, and it was just a big discrepancy of free throws in that series. I think the Kings should have had that. Rest in peace, Kobe. Amazing series. But that's not a real thing, man. You gotta live in the real world, bro. No one bets like that.
Yeah, sharp. So Peter wants a confirmation here. Dimes plus 4.5. Suns and under 222, right? That's what we are writing still, right?
Under 222 for 2 units. Now Suns, I got 5, but I can get 5.5 at -120. Your floor is 5. 125 of a price for 5.5, so max there at 5. 125 is your max price there as well. Nothing under 5. Take the 5. We get insurance on the Ferrari. I get the question why you want to put both players if they're so strong. I mean, cause why? There's no ego points in this game, my boys. There's no you don't get a pat. You're not getting a pat on the back from the best gambler on the planet. Definitely not for me. For taking a plus points and trying to like outthink the room. We play the numbers. Every half point counts. Look at the title of the show. We take the points where the price is good, and you never not buy insurance on a really good car. You're not going to crash the car. I mean, how often do you crash a car? Not often, but you still get it. Anyways,
I'm sure there is some people out there that crash their car quite often.
Yeah, but those are the guys that invested a lot of money. Definitely when you're betting, but the majority of the time, no. So yeah. I don't know what book you got. I think that line's got to be better now. I probably have to post this up. I've been on back-to-back shows. A lot going on. I love it.
Man, everybody wants Sharp in front of the camera.
Nah, man.
Don't act like you're gonna get. You're gonna get off here and you're gonna go straight to TikTok Live. Hit them with the "What's up, my boys?" and you're gonna be on there for about an hour.
I got to though because that show earlier with the bets and it came up and people, like. With all due respect, I love y'all, my boys, but context is not a strong point for y'all. I always say, it's not a bet until I lock it in. And if any of y'all watching, it's not bets I lock it in. I'll be on TikTok Live. It's not bets I lock it in. You know me, man. Breakfast time, I ain't got no plays. Maybe a handful of times a year. Or it's early baseball, then yeah. But I've been running good at baseball. I was feeling like you. I was looking at my record the last 30 days. I'm like, damn, so this is what being good like Keegan feels like. It's the first thing I thought I sort of got. Because I was running like you, bro. 65% last 30 days, 35 units. I'm like,
Ooh.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I said in the beginning of the year, baseball was my second best sport in the last couple of years next to college basketball, that start was brutal, bro. I was like looking at the minus sign. I'm like, oh my God. But, you know, everyone stood patient for the most part. And
yeah, you stay patient, you lock it in, you get back to what you know, and you just.
It's the customers and the VIPs and the people taking the plays, you know, they freak out. I'm like, bro, like.
Well, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Is like, we've talked about this on the show before. Is like, you know, everybody that just like views us and like you have these dailies on Book It, and it's like you lose, and they're like, what the hell, blah blah blah. They don't understand that like it's so like. You can't even do this shit month to month, bro. It is year to year. Like at the end of the year,
it really is
like,
year to year. Like that's like the real thing.
Like don't worry about
like,
me.
Yeah, year to year is like the real big thing, but month to month is also like a real pro way to look at it. But it's you said it right. Like the real like guys, I bet you know that year to year. I mean, it's year to year, but month to month is like you know you should be winning a lot of months in a year. So anything less than a month is like, bro, you're going too fast. They see the 4 digits in the units, and I'm like, bro, you don't know the dirt I had to scrape and the lessons I had to learn when the internet was AskJeeves.com, bro. Like, I'm an old head, bro. I know I have the young look, but bro, like the information in terms of how fast you can get it and how many places you can get it, it's way different now than it was even 4 years ago. Listen, when I started 6, 7 years ago, bro, or almost 8, it'll be 8 in October. Like, dog, it's different. It's different. So if I had the stuff I had now back then, I'd be at 1,000 a unit in definitely less than half the time. And I had to learn a lot of lessons. Like my discipline was bad. I was for all my poker guys out there. It's maybe a universal term. I was a bad tilt guy. Like if I lost a bad beat, yo, I was chasing like I had a shot, bro. I was a chaser, bro. I was the worst chaser. Roulette, blackjack. I'm like what? I was bad. And once I honed that part of my game down, I really started making money. And as little as it may seem, when you chase like 1 or 2 nights a week, like, I looked at that shit over a month, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
It piles up, bro. So yeah, I really don't get like we lost things because I just like you know me, I'm not gonna answer you, and eventually you're not gonna keep talking to a guy that doesn't answer you. So now if on a live stream people are chirping, I'm too funny, boys. Whatever comes out of my mouth is gonna hit you in the chest. I saw what happened to SPE. That was a 1-punch knockout, and that was a video he had up. Yes, I'm bringing that up because yesterday people asked me about it, and I'm like, all right, I'll talk about it. So like that's why I'm like, yo, I keep it cool. I turn people like, yo, who are you? And I'm like, yo, I'm a nice guy. You want a $500 pair of sneakers? I'm like, yo, just turn them. So it's I don't know. I don't get it as much, but when I get it, you guys are pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the shit I laugh at, I'm like, yo, that's really witty, bro. I gotta give you props. That's funny as fuck. So props out there to all the haters and lovers. I love all y'all. I mean that.
All the haters and lovers, because there's a lot on both sides. I mean,
yeah, I appreciate a good joke. Some guys are corny. Like you got one shot. I'm trying to hit you with the Eminem song, and I'm like, all right, you're gonna hit with a troll, and you say, "Don't pay your daddy's money." And I'm like, bro, try again. Like, come on, come at me with something real good. Trust me. Like, I don't take it as personals, but I would love to hear something funny. A couple of guys. One guy said, "Dull dimes." Or dull nickels or something like that. SharpDimes. I'm like, yo, I knew it was gonna come. I was waiting for someone. It took longer, but the way he contexted, I'm like, yo, that was a fire line. And what happened 10 seconds later? Yo, you're actually really cool, bro. You just gotta hit him, kill him with kindness, bro.
Yeah, like I mean, my boy. I see my boy Bailey in the comments over here. Like
Bailey, what's good, my dude? And I got
Bailey's the type of follower you want, bro. He never. Like he follows me, like any post I do, he likes, like and like that's like I love it, and like you can just tell like Bailey's waiting for your picks, you know what I mean? And like when I lose, Bailey ain't never nowhere to be found when I lose, but when I win, he's like, hey, good shit. Like Bailey's my dog, bro. I can't wait. Anytime I post, I can't wait to get a little notification that says Bailey liked your post. I'm like, hell yeah, my boy sees it. So shout out to Bailey.
People hard to find nowadays, man. He's one of them, bro. People spread too much hate right now, bro. Like it's cool to joke, and I love the joke, but there's spread love, not hate, man. Like just for real. Like I'm not trying to be like Muhammad Gandhi and shit like that, but like spread love, man. It's fun to joke and it's cool to clown, like of course. But when you're doing it and you're corny with it, but when you're doing it, like it's spread love, man. But it comes with the territory with us, bro.
Were you meditation dimes this morning? Did you do yoga this morning?
I haven't done yoga in like a month now. I'm slacking.
You need that shit. You look a little tight right here.
I've been eating a lot cleaner though, so I feel like real good. And it was forceful.
Just rejuvenated.
I had like greasy something like almost a month ago, and my stomach was killing me. Then like I was out of town, and I had something else that was bad. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I started eating like stupid clean, like damn near vegan, and bro, like forceful healthy eating. I feel like good. But even if I was like,
you went vegan.
I'm practically vegan. I'm saying that because I'm eating that clean. I'm not all vegan now.
Boy, here in Kentucky, boy, we be slapping that steak on the grill.
I'm gonna have some steak. I mean, granted, bro, I'm gonna have that. But because my shit was bugging, bro, I had to like change it up. My body's like, yo, you're not lifting anymore. You busting your ass, you're not sleeping. Yeah. So I had to like.
You got to crack open that beer 6 a.m, throw the Boston Bud on the smoker. I mean, just. Well, there ain't no way here. I
gotta come up there. I gotta come up there to see you, bro. You're so close.
Come on. And hey, I'll tell you what, come on. We got a pool in the back. The cooler is always loaded. Fridge is always full. I'll throw some meat on the grill. I'll treat you right, boy. You ain't vegan no more.
I know you will, man. Dude, so the hospitality is real, bro. It's a beautiful thing. Hell yeah, we will. Hell yeah, we will.
Peter, Best Bets Daily, how was your vacation on the 4th of July? I guess you were in the live. Your boy got on live on July 4th, and we were pounding some beers and just talking with everybody. Awesome. I hadn't been on there in a while, so I figured my best friend got married on 4th of July weekend, and we rented a house. He got married on the Friday. We rented a house, and all 16 of us that were in the bridal party stayed at the house and just, spent 4th of July right. Fireworks, hot dogs, burgers, cornhole, and then of course Bud Lights. So Peter, if you were in that live, I hope you had a good time, brother.
You like IPAs? That's all I drink, bro. I like honey beer. No.
Y'all act like that shit tastes good. It doesn't.
Okay, it doesn't, but there's 2 that do. And one Space Dust, and I tried it in Seattle, and they got it here too. I'm sure you've seen it, those Space Dust thing. That one's good, but more like 85% of them suck.
Yeah, people be like, try this IPA. Like, you can see it in their face, bro. They don't like it.
Nah, bro. Like, it's an acquired taste, heavy, and even the good ones, like, it's an acquired taste. It's not regular beer.
Yeah, it's not good. But Giants money line. That's why I was on live. Is I was on there convincing everybody to go Giants money line. I didn't realize.
And it hit.
It did. It smacked.
Of course it did. I couldn't not, dude. I couldn't not.
Shit. Fucking 4th of July, fireworks. God, there was no way I was getting on there and giving a loser.
Nah. Of course not, bro. You don't give losers. You don't do that.
I give losers.
My boy, bro.
We all give losers.
Where you give more winners than losers, but my boy, these saucy and doing MLB. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, Peter wants to know: do you think the Suns win outright tonight? He's going to go on the Suns with plus money with you, but do you think they're going to win outright?
I think they're very live. Don't bet that. Don't bet it though. There's going to be a dogfight in most parts of this game. I think the Suns are going to house them. Listen, both plays don't mean they're going to be blowouts. And yes, I'm talking to all you new bettors out there. Maybe some experienced guys. Keegan's, what do you call them? The bangers.
We got the 4-unit bangers and the 5-unit nukes.
Okay, so the nukes and the bangers, bro. we're not saying it's gonna be a blowout. We just have many. I mean, I'm gonna speak for myself. I have many check boxes, and I would say I'm not gonna give away my entire like method of capping, even though I give all my info sources. I was gonna know how I mix the info as mine. I have about 10 check boxes on every game, whether it's a 1.5 unit play, 1 unit play, or a 4 unit play. And each one of those check boxes have a certain percentage of the pie for the cap. When all of them hit, it's a really good play. And when the big ones in the big check boxes that have the most weight have a substantial edge, then it makes it a boat play because we're looking really good now statistically, but current form wise in those checkbox areas. It makes it a boat play. It does not mean it's going to be a blowout. So I think the Suns are probably going to win this game, but I'm never, ever going to pass on +5, definitely +5.5. What I said earlier, I'm not betting the Suns money line, but I'm taking the 5.5. Greed kills in this game. Trust me. Take the 5.5. Don't sprinkle nothing on the money line. And if the money line hits, you're like, damn, I told you. Good. You told me. Let's move on. Yo, here's your 105 in your test, your 5 points extra credit. Amazing call, but we won. I'm not trying to win brownie points here. I'm trying to win money. And I always take the points. Keegan college basketball, 1.5 points. Okay, cool. 1.5 it is. I'm taking 1.5. I'm trying to win. I'm gonna take the outright. Okay. One guy we got like a math contest. Well, if you took I'm like, bro, cool. We can do the math. I love math. There's no way you're right. But take the points. I think the Suns I think they're ridiculously live. I think they win. But the points for sure.
I'm not very good at props here, so I will give this to you. Quentin Turner 10, Booker over 2.5 threes. He went 1-7 from 3 last game with 10 points. I think he comes out to score.
Here's the thing with that. I talked to Keegan, have you heard of that Aussie guy?
The Aussie guy on Book It?
Yeah, $500 to $220K in 10 days. Have you heard him?
Say that again. My sound went out.
The Aussie guy, he turned $500 into $220K in 10 days.
I have not heard of him.
No? Okay, well, he was on Trent's show a couple days ago. I put him on a random live, and he's a Jersey dude. Bro, interesting cat. And I like to do a lot. He loves the Booker thing. He's a big prop guy. That number's scary because it's like oddly low. So I don't know. I thought it'd be like 3.5 coming off a bad game. But he doesn't take that many shots on the road. He doesn't take his quality shot rating. He ain't that good on the road in the playoffs. If you take the Lakers series out of the equation. So I don't know, man. That's what's the juice on that, by the way, Quentin? Let us know. If it's anything under 130, that's real scary. That's so low, right? Keegan, I mean, I know you're not a prop guy, but you know Booker, and that's
yeah, I would think it would be 3.5.
Yeah, right?
Me personally.
I don't know about that. That's a real tough one, man. That's a real tough one. I'm not sure about that. I'm really, really not. I hate not betting a bet because it's like, yeah, it's too low. But I mean, this is a star player. If it's like a mid-tier, mid-star player, yeah, I'm like, okay, let me get a look. But it's just scary. Oh yeah, NFL futures. You do NFL, Keegan, right? Rhetorical question, probably.
NFL is my number one sport. Capping.
Nice.
So
I like it.
I am, Peter. I'll give you this. I'm not done with it, but I am planning on. I have started actually on doing a team totals, wins and losses for every team in the NFL, and going to compare them to what Vegas has and show you where the value is on every team. I have started on it. I am planning on releasing it within probably the next 2-3 weeks. I want to release it by the beginning of August. By middle August, really. Make sure I have it out. And I plan on us also having a show talking about NFL futures.
Hell yeah, I got one too. Well, you don't have one, but you're doing an amazing one. I just have one. This is the third futures bet I've been made in like the 8 years of betting. Well, 7.5. In October. And this guy, he hinted at it. It's on the Rams. It's a boat play too. Under 11.5 wins for the Rams.
Under. All right.
Now I'm throwing it out there for the people, but I know you're doing like an entire list. Have you off memory? I'm gonna make you pull it up. Do you know what you had on the Rams? Have you not got that far yet?
I have not gotten to the NFC West yet.
Okay.
But I kind of like it.
I put a lot of work into that, and I'm not gonna say how much because it's gross because I don't do futures, but we got dude. Last couple of days, a couple of days ago, I gave it out. People have been fighting me on this, and they're like Matthew Stafford, and I'm like, oh, here goes my NBA was see Game 6 and Game 7 guys. All right, why Matthew Stafford? What do you think the answer was? Yeah, but there's many weapons. I'm like, okay, here comes the pumpkin spice latte shit. What else? To get it all out now, so no one else has to repeat it. Matthew Stafford's in the bottom 5 of decision making under pressure. Jared Goff, he was under a lot of pressure. And Jared Goff, there's a reason why I did almost an even trade for that dude. Because the system wasn't working. Matthew Stafford's not as mobile as Jared Goff is in the pocket. You could say maybe at best, they're linear. The offensive line really is not blocking for the Rams. And they lost a couple of key guys in the secondary, the Rams did, with Hill and what's his name, outside defensive line. I think they're gonna miss those guys a lot. Then on defensive side, he's like Aaron Donald. I'm like, I get it. He's one guy, he's good, but their schedule, man, there's like 3 gimmies and that's it.
Yeah.
Now based on schedule, but their makeup of their team against those teams that they're playing, tough teams, man. Really opposite teams in terms of like how athletic the other team is and how non-athletic the Rams are.
Yeah, I do think that's why I kind of, whenever you said that, I was like, man, I hadn't looked into that yet, but I really like it because without me actually really studying the NFC West yet, I do already I think the Niners are going to have a better year than what people think. I think the Niners are going to be back to 2 years ago Niners. Do I think the Niners make the Super Bowl? No. Do I think Trey Lance starts a game? No. I think
he does. I think he does, actually.
Bro, without an injury, no. No. Bro, everybody sleeps on Jimmy G.
Bro, he's the glass man. Why do you think they drafted a quarterback in the fucking first round? Why do you think they wanted to give him and his second, third, fourth born son?
Why do you think they drafted a quarterback that's 16 years old? Because they know that Jimmy Garoppolo's still their guy, and this dude can just sit back there, mature, learn, do all that stuff.
Oh, and that's why they want to trade him, right, for Aaron Rodgers.
Why wouldn't you trade him for Aaron Rodgers? It's freaking Aaron Rodgers.
Bro, I think Garoppolo, he's not healthy, bro. He may be their guy, but I don't know how long he's going to last as being their guy. He doesn't have no durability, bro. Porn star Jimmy. That's what Stephen A. Smith calls it. I love that name. I love when he says that. I mean, he has to get stronger. And if I see him in training camp and he looks bigger, I'm like, okay. But he gets hurt a lot. He gets hurt a lot. He makes Otani look like he's healthy all year. I mean, he's real fragile. Great quarterback, but can't help that your body. You got to get stronger.
I'm telling you right now, Jimmy's the guy in San Fran. Without a doubt.
Yeah, he's the guy. I think he's great. I think he just needs to get like beefier. Yeah, he needs to get a little stronger. You just, you can't do. These guys are hitting the shit out of you, bro. And he didn't have a lot of his weapons last year. I think they're going to be considerably better. But they're the guys that they should have drafted with the spot they had in the draft. For them to go with Trey Lance, I mean, I lost the bet on that prop, so I didn't think that was going to happen.
Trey Lance is not starting without Jimmy G being hurt.
That's my point. I don't know. We'll see. If Jimmy G is not doing well, which would be pretty rare, that'd be another scenario.
He is not.
Or maybe they start Trey Lance for the first snap just to get the crowd hyping and bring Jimmy G in, and then there goes your prop bet on him starting. He gets the snap in.
You're talking about, bro, like you're talking about a dude who led his team to the Super Bowl just 2 years ago. There's only been one season since.
I get that. But every time I say that, people hit me with a really good comment back, and I got to take it on the chin. Well, that's like a decade in football time. And I'm like, true. it's like dog years in football players because like every year they age like 2.5. So like I mean, yeah, I think the coaching is really where the 49ers are amazingly top tier. And that's why they can put any guy back there and make it happen. Shanahan is a genius. He will be the next best coach in this league, and he will be a Hall of Fame coach for sure.
He's a top coach in the NFL. You got George Kittle, who in my eyes is better than Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is flaunted more, and he is a better receiver. George Kittle can block better. So you have the best tight end in the game. Jimmy Garoppolo.
You can put Kelce up there with him. I think
I did. I just said that if I'm a coach, you take fantasy out of it. Like I love Travis Kelce's fantasy. Hey, you're talking about a fantasy winner right here last year with Travis Kelce on my team.
I don't do fantasy, bro. I'm jealous.
Whew. I might have a fantasy show one week for real. Anyways, if I am a coach or a GM, George Kittle, he is better than Travis Kelce. He blocks better. His receiving's not as far off from Travis Kelce as Travis Kelce's blocking is more far off from George Kittle's blocking. And then you're talking about you got Trent Williams, left tackle. You have the best right tackle in the game, Mike McGlinchey. Don't at me, bro, because he is.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
Kyle Shanahan, top 5 coach, dude, an offensive genius.
Yes, he's the next best coach.
And then
I think that dude from Rams,
Sean McVay.
Yeah, maybe slight flash in the pan gives me flash in the pan vibes.
We got Bailey down here, Debo Samuels. Bro, I'm telling you, San Fran.
They're gonna be good. They're gonna be better. I don't think they're gonna go back to the Super Bowl though.
No. I'm not betting on them to go to the Super Bowl, but I am betting on them probably over 10 wins.
They're out 10 wins only. Oh, that might be a look. 10 flat or 9.5 or 10.5. Sorry.
Let's check it real quick. I think 10 flat.
Okay, you don't see so many flat numbers.
My book 10 flat.
Juice.
Minus 140. And then you got the Rams at 10.5. So if you're doing under on the Rams,
what's the under of juice for you on that?
Minus 135.
Yeah.
If you're going under Rams, you got to go over Niners.
I'm gonna do shit. I like that 49ers over. I really do. I think they're getting a little bit value. Big time. Big time. I think they're good for 11 for sure. That's what I would have it at. I would have the line I would have it at 10.5. That's for sure. I like they get a 10. I think they definitely turn around. Man, with that coaching staff, 10. Wow, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean,
disrespectful actually. Coaching
I don't know why anybody talks about any other team in the NFL other than the Browns, bro. Like, we're good. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like, don't be talking about anybody else.
Oh, you're a Browns fan, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, bro, it's like we gotta get Burley Gunn in here. They were loving some Browns talk yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're cool. I'm not gonna say what I feel about the Browns. There was we had a pretty big convo about that yesterday. Kind of came out of nowhere. Here's the deal with the Browns. I think they finally played to their potential, but I think they played to the top of their potential. I think they may be in that second year slump of being a good team. I think they got hot at the right time. Got Steelers win. I got that way out the window because the Steelers. Oh my god. And I think when they played the Chiefs were kind of on a decline there. The offensive line wasn't good, and the Browns, they do have a great D line. I don't see how they get better. And I think they do make another run, but I don't think they're going to get better. I don't think it's like, oh shit, they could have did this and this to be better. I think they played the best that they could play. I think they played the best that they could play. That's like their best version of football with the guys they got. I think we see that again. I don't think we see something that eclipses that. That's what I'm saying.
You do know their defense was depleted last year, right?
I know that.
And all they did all offseason was got deeper.
Yeah, but here's the thing. In the tail end of the season, they weren't really playing premium competition that A, was really in the playoff race, and 2, talent-wise was near them. Yeah, they were depleted, but they got a pretty favorable schedule at the end of the year. The Ravens game, I mean, people want to talk about that, and yeah, I guess. But I don't know. In my head, when I look at the Browns, I'm like, okay, did this team play at their max potential last year? I gotta say, yeah. Is coaching going to get better? I don't think so. I'm glad that Kitchens is out of there, but what's this fucking name? The coach you got now?
Kevin Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski. I think I think the NFL is really infatuated with young coaches, like really doing well, and I love to see that. Right? We love to see that. We're young guys too. Guys our age coaching. Everyone wants the Browns to be good, and to be honest, they got a really good team. And I'm not saying that they're not going to be good this year. I'm saying, will they be a better version of last year's team? And I don't see that.
Bro, you're hurting.
It doesn't mean they're not going to be good. It doesn't mean they're going to be good. I'm just saying, oh, wow, they could be 20% better. Maybe like 3% better. I think they played at their max capacity last year. There's nothing wrong with that. Unless they get unless there's some names that got signed. They may be missing a couple pieces. Not saying like, they got every piece and they're just not that good. I mean, they played their max capacity potential. And they need a couple more pieces. And if Odell, and maybe a bugger if he's not, I'm sure he still plays for the Browns. If he's not, my bad. They can't hone that in. They couldn't hone that shit in New York with Tom Coughlin. He's kind of a cancer. He's super talented. There's a reason why we let him go. They got to get him out of there. Don't bring Odell back. Get him out of there. He's a Terrell Owens. I think that's like, even though it seems like a small cog, cliche cog, I think that's going to be a big deal for that locker room. Especially with a really young coach. So I think the Odell factor is definitely there. I hope he's not there. I love Odell, but I hope he's not there for the Browns' sake. You saw what happened when he left. He's not winning. So I don't know. It's weird.
All right, I'm putting you in timeout. I'm putting you in timeout, and I get the floor.
No, I knew we'd have good dialogue on it. I know you're a fan, so tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I followed him a lot toward the end of the year. They made me a lot of money last year. Big props to the Browns. A lot of money. Outlook-wise, though, I'm looking at that from what I know. You, as a fan, know a bit of the nuances and details than I do. That's for sure. Familiarity trumps anything. So tell me, where am I wrong? Outside of the defense being depleted, tell me where I may be wrong in saying, well, okay, with the defense back, the defense played a little bit better than they played last year because they got guys back. Agreed. But outside of that, did they play their full potential last year? Were they at their cap of talent on field versus equaling results on the field? I think they pretty much capped out with the guys they got on the results we see from them. I think those guys played the best football they played, and I don't think it's gonna get better than that. Doesn't mean they can't win a Super Bowl with that team. They can, but them you just say, "Yo, they're gonna get better." I'm like, well, I think they're at their best.
All right, so I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying on the max potential. Like, I do think last year they capped their potential. Last year they played as good as they could play. I completely agree with that. But I think the offense is able to do that again. And then you have a defense that is deeper, better. They couldn't game plan last year. They had nobody on the field other than Denzel Ward that could even keep up close to one of Kansas City's wide receivers. And you're talking about they have 3. Now, this year, you're deeper. You got Johnson from the Rams. You got one more boy from the Rams, too. I forget his name just because I'm thinking of so many dang things. You got Greedy Williams back from injury. You have Delpit back from injury. You just went and got Newsome. Like that, their defense, we're not even talking about Jadeveon Clowney now, who Jadeveon Clowney doesn't even have to be Jadeveon Clowney. All he has to do is
not that good, bro. I hate when people talk about that guy.
I agree that he doesn't, but he doesn't have to be that in Cleveland. He doesn't have to be that. We don't need him to be that. All he has to do is be as good as Olivier Vernon. That's all he's got to do. You got Miles.
When you're in the division with the Chiefs, you got to get better.
But I'll tell you right now. You know what? I'll tell you right now.
How do they beat? Okay, quick question. How does your team
beat the Chiefs week 1? Don't get me hot up. Don't get me hot up.
No, I want the passion. Listen. The only way they're gonna beat the Chiefs is if they take a page out of the Tampa Bay Bucks book, and thankfully you're getting a lot of defensive guys back. That's how you beat the Chiefs. Execution, coaching wise, going against Andy Reid's coach, knowing that we're beat here. That's what it's going to come down to. And is Stefanski going to improve from coaching last year coming in the middle of the season? Probably. I think it's going to take him a few games.
Joe Woods, the defense coordinator, put together a game plan to beat the Chiefs with a shit defense. Think about what that game plan is going to look like week 1. Browns week 1, don't at me, bro. Don't at me. Browns week 1 against the Chiefs. I love you. We're moving on. We got questions about the Cardinals, the Titans, the fucking Saints. Guys, I hadn't finished, but this is off the top of my head. Do not go make a bet now. If I had to make a bet right now, Saints under 9, Titans, I'm probably going over 9.5. That's close. I'd probably not even touch it. But the Titans, 9.5 is probably right where it's going to be. With it being 17 games, I would probably go over. I think they're a 10-17 team. The Cardinals, I'd really have to check that out. The NFC West, I hadn't even done yet. Like I said,
that total's so low. The Cardinals. Wait till you see it.
What is it, like 8? What is it, like 8?
8.5, I think.
I just think that division. There's a lot. That division is so tough. Like they all can't win those many games. Like the Seahawks are going to get theirs. The Niners, I think, are going to be good. The Rams, you don't think the Rams are going to hit their total. They're probably going to be right under it. But I like Stafford.
I think you got to fucking win a team total by 1 million. But I think that it can only go down if we get injuries. That's why futures are cool, because if you bet under on anything, it's never going to go up. It's always going to go down. It can only go down or not move. The Rams, bro, I love that. And I never do these. I love it. I'm definitely voting it. I like it. I like it a lot. The Rams going to be the same team as they were last year, and good amount worse, especially on defense. I think McVay's like flash in the pan, dude.
Imagine this Super Bowl. just imagine this Super Bowl right now.
Go ahead, you deal with that. So is it some nonsense of Cardinals and Titans? I'm in Tennessee, bro. Like Julio Jones a good get, bro. Like there's a lot of holes in the Titans, and
I agree.
We need that, but defense.
I agree. I don't. There's absolutely no way this happens, but I just imagine this, dude. Mike Vrabel. I love Mike Vrabel. I want to see Mike Vrabel on Media Week for a Super Bowl. I want to see that.
Mike Vrabel's a cool cat. I like his style. I think he's definitely a player's coach. Definitely a player's coach, 100%.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he literally
under 10.5 is Rams, not 11.5.
That is a true statement. It's 10.5 on mine as well.
Oh, hold on. That's misspeak. Let me check my ticket. 10.5. Sorry. Wow, my bad. I'm mixing up things. Yeah, 10.5. Yeah.
We got Kevin right here. Yo, Sharp, I'm late. Who are you on?
Hey, Kevin.
How's that, Kevin? He's got 2 E's. I'm Keegan.
Hey. Oh, shit, yeah. Dude, I can't read today. Wow. I'll take it on the chin, yo.
That's Kevin. We in here.
White towel.
It probably is Kevin. He just added the E.
Yeah. Username taken. Yeah, that's just be funny. That's my brother's name. Kevin, not Kevin. Suns plus 5.5 at -125 or better. Suns plus 5 at -125 or better. 5 is the floor. 4 units. Oh, my boy Zini's in here. That's the one that said Cardinals and Titans? Yeah. Oh, yo, that's the major day one, homie. Yo, we're going to talk after this call for sure. So, my boy. Cardinals may not even hit that team total, bro. A lot of talent, not enough glue. That's the Cardinals. They got to get someone in there to glue.
They boosted their defense. I know they got Watt.
Yeah, a lot of talent, no glue. There's no glue to keep it together. There's mad talent on that team. It's just like making a run is more than just having talent. You got to have guys that play with each other for a while, especially with that much talent on the field, and their coaching is very subpar. Coaching is big on talent. Talent will get there, but right now there's a lot of hype on the Cardinals because they got exciting players. They got some good signs. But as far as getting the Super Bowl, nah.
It doesn't matter. Baker and the Browns are beating the Chiefs week 1. You got me sweating over here. Let's be real here.
What's the spread on that game? Oh, I do have a week 1 play actually. I was up pretty late last night looking at a bunch of different stuff, as you can tell. The futures being one of them, but I do have a 3-unit play for week 1.
I like it too.
Who's stuff? What you do too? You said? Yeah, the Browns being the Chiefs, right? Money line?
No. This is not a biased play. This is an actual play. Right now, the Browns week 1 beating the Chiefs is a little biased. Like, I'm a fan. I'm just saying it. Right? It's a little biased.
Like Burley Gunner and Dr. Dog. I love those guys, by the way. They're the coolest dudes, man.
At least I could say, like, hey, I'm being a little biased. I don't know if it's really going to happen, but the Browns are beating the shit out of the Chiefs week 1.
What's the spread on that game? 6.5? Oh, yeah. Is it in Cleveland or is it in KC?
It's in KC.
Okay, 6.5.
That's a good guess, bro. That's the fucking Browns. That's easy money.
Well, I'm just taking a guess. I'm guessing 6.5.
It is. It's been 6.5.
Okay.
You can't tell me the Chiefs lose it by a touchdown, bro.
I promise I didn't look. That's what I'm saying. Vegas ain't good at making lines, bro. We can all guess them almost to dead on. The way they move the lines, liability. I keep saying that shit for the rest of my life. So I'm not gonna touch that game.
I am.
Browns. You're gonna take a money line at plus what? Plus 190, 180, I think they are, maybe plus 210. Again, guessing.
I probably won't take a money line though.
There you go. Nice. Don't get smart. I think the points are good. I think if you get up to 7 and it gets starts feeling like you get plus 7 and minus 105, and you could pay less than 120 for the 7.5, I think that'd be a good look.
I think if you want it at the line it is now, like you got to do it now. Like I think a week, 2 weeks before the game, like when guys, because like a lot of people right now don't bet on the NFL this early unless like
me neither, really.
They do this all the time. So like I feel like once all these guys start betting, a lot of money's going to be on Cleveland. You got the hype and all that. Like, I just really think all the money's going to be on Cleveland come the week before the game, and that line's going to go down. So 6, I like 6. They're not winning by a damn touchdown. That's on my mama.
So is that a 5-unit nuke?
Nah.
That's wrong.
It's probably a
4-unit play?
Honestly, it's probably a 2-unit play right now.
Okay. Listen, I would like to get it over 7 or at least 7. But hey, listen, dude, the Browns, like, you saw what they did to the Chiefs, man. They had them shook. Mahomes getting out the game was like a huge benefit for you, and when it happened, it was huge. All the momentum was on the Browns at that time. So I think it's close. They got that lost taste fresh in their mouth, first game into the season. So like, I like that. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think if they put pressure on Mahomes and exploit that offensive line, no matter how good of a coach you're on Andy Reid, I mean, dude, power comes power on that line. And you can scheme on how to block and who's left and who's right and who comes across on the height. But yeah, if they do that, and with the Browns getting all their big guys back, I mean, it could be a little bit of trouble. That'd be the one way. Stop any good team by pressure. Dimes, are you on under 50 Bills week 1 still? Yeah, 50.5 is what I have it at, but 50, it's good down to 50. If you can get 50.5 at minus 130 or better, I'd take that. Not probably minus 125 or better. I have this game I graded at 47.5, 47. That's kind of where I got it. I actually even have very little write-up on why I like the Bills Steelers under in week 1. So let me get this little BS out the way real quick. Bills defense, last 2 years, 2nd in 2018, 3rd in 2019, 14th last season. But hold on. Their coverage was amazing. Statistically, they were 14 last year. But with the way they covered and how quick they were, I really put them like more than adjusted defensive rating of like 9. Their defensive lineman, Lueli, I know him. If you don't know him, you're gonna know him. He sat out for COVID, and he's like a mine. He's like the biggest. He said one of the best guys on the D line. Steelers D, 6th, 5th, and 3rd last 3 years. Now, I think the Steelers offense is gonna start a little slow because they got 4 new offensive linemen and a new offensive coordinator. That's just going to change the language completely. That's a mixture for running the ball out. And, it's going to take a bit, right? It's going to take a bit. Lastly, they are going to run because you want to protect Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? Look, Okay, yo, remember how last year we don't want to deal with this, Mason Rudolph and mixing all these quarterbacks and shit, the carousel of quarterbacks. So maybe that's like a 0.5%, but it's worth mentioning. Steelers, 2 wins to the over, 25 wins to the under when they're away versus teams that pass more than 35 times a game. Now, I know people are like, oh, that's a bulk stat. Yeah, some bulk stats are good. And the Bills are going to be throwing the ball. Allen's going to be throwing the ball. This next one is a fluff stat, but I still like it. Bills, 1 win to the over, 15 wins to the under, playing a non-division foe with a road game on deck. I got to take that for like 20% of its value because it's the first fucking game of the season. Next game is road, but not that help. I'm probably going to take that up. But yeah, the biggest thing is the offensive line and the offensive coordinator. And I don't think the Steelers are going to have a game plan that's going to crush a team that's really fast. Again, granted, you have two good defensive teams here. Too many points. 47 is what this should be. 47 and a half.
Sharp, you know why I love you?
Tell me.
Because I said that I was going to give a play out, and you just absolutely just gave an analysis of the play that I was going to give out.
Really? That was going to be a week 1 play?
Yes. Under 50, dude, I love that play.
Oh, shit. Dude, we align a lot. People don't know that, but there's been a fight for times where we're like,
absolutely love that play. So I'll move on to what a different play. There's no reason to just beat it in their heads. I'll move on to the next play. The Atlanta Falcons -3.5 against the Eagles.
In Philly?
Yeah. It's interesting. So a lot of people think the Falcons are going to be really bad, and I don't think they're going to be good, but I do not think
I don't think so. That's the consensus that you're hearing?
Huh?
You're hearing that consensus? I heard a little different because of how they lost their games. They lost a lot of games by like 2, 3, 4 points. I think they were like number 1 in that. But you're hearing that they're going to be bad.
Yeah, but people think like the organization's given up because they gave up Julio and a new coach, first-year head coach, and they kind of struggled hiring the guys that they wanted. They ended up, they say, settling for the guy from the Titans, Arthur Smith, I think his name is. Anyways, I really think that with their offense, with Pitts and Ridley, I think their offense is going to be really fast. And as long as they can find a running back who's going to be able to run the ball worth anything, I think that you have the Eagles, who were not very good at all last year. And then you have Jalen Hurts came in and he got overhyped. I do not think he's going to be very good. I think he's going to come out kind of slow. Does he have a good year? He may, but I do think he comes out slow after everybody watching film on him from the end of the year last year. And then, Arthur Smith, when he was at the Titans, bro, he made Ryan Tannehill look like a god. What do you think he's going to do with Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan, is he mobile? No, but the dude's got an arm. Dude is very smart. The dude is still a very good quarterback. -3.5 at home. I really like it.
Oh, so it is in Atlanta. Oh, it's in Atlanta. It's not Philly.
It is in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I think maybe I cut out and asked that. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think getting the Coach State Chargers, that was a major upgrade. And getting rid of Julio, that needed to be done. I think the Atlanta Falcons made the best moves that people criticize the most out of any team. Because they were smart. Oh, but no, bro, that need to happen, dog. Like,
there is one more.
That need to happen. So I like that play a lot. I really
one
do.
more stat on that Atlanta game. As far back as I could go, Atlanta in the first 2 weeks against the spread are 26-1 at home. Sorry,
that's a good stat. That's a good stat.
At home,
I think the Eagles have a horrible year. I'm not saying that as a Giants fan. I bet against the Giants mad times. Y'all know me. But I think the Eagles have a bad year. The win total tells you everything you need to know about the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, bro, he's cool. He's smooth. He's swaggy. You want him to be good. There's a couple pieces of his game that aren't there yet, and it's mainly his deep ball is like not good. And I'm talking about mid-range deep ball to deep ball, and that ain't gonna get you nowhere. No matter how good of a runner you are, no matter how good you are getting out the pocket, like if guys know if guys know we don't gotta play him over the top, you just have to make miraculous throws and miraculous plays every play. And I don't see that happening. No one's ever done it, and it's not gonna start with him.
This is a very interesting question. Are you staying away from the NFC North futures, real murky waters, not knowing who the QB of Green Bay? I am still one of those believers that think that this whole Aaron Rodgers mess is just a mess. Like, I think he's going to be back. I think come a few weeks before the season, is he going to be the quarterback? Yes. I do not see anybody else strapping up and being the quarterback of Green Bay. I really don't. Like, I do not see this guy just retiring, knowing the last 2 years he's had a team good enough to win a Super Bowl. But I might be wrong.
Did you see how he looked in the golf tournament, bro? I told you, I already knew that he's not going to play this year, bro. I don't think he is.
You really don't think
he's stubborn? He's stubborn. He's not going to be in Green Bay.
As hell, bro.
He's not. It's going to be somewhere else, or he's going to sit out. It's going to be a Le'Veon Bell thing. He's like, I'm not playing in Green Bay. Green Bay's not going to give him up. I mean, everyone's offered like their firstborn children, the entire organization, the team that want to trade for him, and the Packers are stubborn too. So I think it's going to be a stalemate, bro. I think so.
Knowing that, like with you, like if you were a guy who thinks that he is not going to play, I mean, you have to sprinkle a little bit on their under, right?
I don't do futures, by the way. So I know when I get the Rams out, they're like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, I haven't seen me in the NFL yet. I came on the scene. My first sport that I did get into, and I made social media last year, was on NFL. And even though I'm not a parlay guy, this next statement is going to shock y'all. I'm a monster teaser guy. Teaser guy.
Dude, I love teasers in the NFL and
Kelly in Vegas. We had a little spat. Y'all know Kelly in Vegas. We had a little spat on our podcast, which I got on somehow when I was a no one. And she's like, SharpDimes. I was like, you like the name? She said my teaser was booty, and with all due respect. And then the Murray guy, who she does the podcast with, said some really rookie shit. I'm like, man. And it hit. And I was like, I just said, yo, can I get a little bit of love? I had like 90% on teasers last year, bro. I still do my straight bets. I don't parlay. I mean, say business as usual, but teasers, and you blow your mind. 10.3 team teasers are my jam. That's the closest you'll see me get to a parlay. Still going to be straight bet heavy, but you're going to see like 30%, 35% tops in terms of a mix of straight and teasers. I love teasers. Love. Sorry, I got to say it again. One more time. Love.
Yeah, me too. So that'll be fun. Come football season, we can have a teaser that we build up on our podcast every week. That'd be fun.
I would love that. I would love to talk football. Football's one of my best sports too. College football too. Love college football. But NFL, man, like I hate to say this, people are like, okay. I think it's a little easy, bro. NFL, I really do. You get this, the indicators on like knowing where to put your money. I get there a lot faster than any other sport. Maybe I think that's easy because it's easier to get to a decision. So in that respect, it's easy. It's not easy to win, obviously. No, never. But they had 90% teasers last year. That was before anyone knew me. Major plays, so he can attribute that. That's how that was the first thing I was ever on. He just fan picks of the week, and he just read my plays from like 80% season.
Well,
love NFL.
I mean, it'll be here before we know it. What, September 9th or September 6th?
9th, 12th. Yeah, the 6th.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be here before we know it. But guys, I really appreciate you all being in the comments. Sharp, I think we gave these guys like so much knowledge that they're going to be on their books tonight. Just like this team's going over, this team's going under, this team's doing this, and everybody.
You got to help with that because you're the one doing the list. So maybe we do a show when your list is ready, and then I can just give my input. Maybe get my feet a little more wet into futures. Yeah. I can't wait till you get your Rams one though. I'm intrigued by that.
I'm intrigued on that under. I'm really going to look at that hard, especially if I have the Niners over.
Yeah, it kind of correlates.
Yeah.
Same division. Correlates, super correlates.
And Matthew, other than your take on Matthew Stafford, bro, you don't like Matthew Stafford?
I didn't say that. All I said was, where's the upgrade at? Because the reason why Jared Goff, Jared Goff still fucking ran those guys to the Super Bowl. Okay? But then the offensive line crumbled. They had the same team. Cam Akers, bro, he's no Gurley. And then when he went to Super Bowl, they had the primo Gurley. They can't block, and he was always under pressure. He was running for his damn life. Matthew Stafford, he's I would say he's a step slower than Jared Goff. And his under pressure statistics are really bad.
outside that, he's a good quarterback, and that's what the Rams are lacking. Can't make it. Anybody's scared of him. He ain't blocking nobody. Girl, he's a way bigger guy than him. I think people are just overvaluing the Stafford thing. There's a reason why they went quarterback for quarterback. It was a damn near straight trade. You get the arm, but you get more poor decision making. At least get Jared Goff would just go 3 and out. I mean, but Stafford still tries to force it, and I think that's what's going to do them in. So that's like kind of the yin and yang with those two. But we'll get into that more when we do the future show.
For sure, because I think Jared Goff is one of the worst starters in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that I would agree that he's not that great. But again, he did lead his team to the Super Bowl, and he had amazing stats that year. The offensive line was good, and they had a 100% healthy and working Gurley. They don't have either of those now. And now you're bringing a guy in who he's one of the poorest. His QBR under pressure is one of the poorest in the league, bottom 5. People don't realize that. I'm just saying that matters. And the whole point about why Jared Goff fell off, outside of those goofy, they were going 3 and out a lot. But, bro, you saw the pressure that guy was facing all the time, bro. He made Daniel Jones look like he had more stand-up time. And we got a bad offensive line in New York. That whole line, I haven't seen any work. I haven't seen any progress on that. I haven't seen any signs on that. I haven't seen anything that they brought in. I was like, oh, yeah, they're gonna definitely be better. That whole line is a big problem. And Matthew Stafford, no one's hitting me up on that stat. They're like, oh, yeah, you don't know the stat, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're not gonna answer me. That's a stat. You didn't look at it. Just say you don't look at it. And that matters to me because he forces it, and Jared Goff will just take the sack. They both of those situations suck, but I think the Stafford thing is he's got a little bit of ego, man. He forces it in when he gets pressure. I'd rather have a guy throw it away or take a sack than throw an interception. And those situations were really bad for him. And he's not going into a better offensive line, not that much better line, better team, but that doesn't mean it's going to be more wins.
All right, so before we go, I'll answer this question, Peter. -2, the Pats, week 1 against the Dolphins. On my end, I'm pretty sure the line is -1 on my end. If you have 2, that's not as good as -1, obviously. But these two teams, I think I'm a huge training camp guy. I love to watch training camp. I love to keep up with what guys are getting used in training camp, how guys are doing in the red zone portion of training camp. And really just I love to keep up with training camp. And I feel like there's teams that you have to wait for training camp to really figure out. And the Pats and the Dolphins are 2 of those teams that are in my list of teams that you have to wait to see. You know, you got the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Browns, the Niners. Like, you don't really have to worry about training camp with because you know what they're already about and who they have on their roster. But like with the Pats, Dolphins, I really want to wait until training camp and really see about that before I give any analysis. Right now, I think that the Dolphins, that game means more to the Dolphins than it does the Pats. We got Sharp 2 phones over here. My goodness, boy.
Funny story about that.
Like, you were just –
funny story. No. It's not 2 phones. So I got the iPhone 12 Pro Max like a month and a half ago. Obviously, what we do, especially with the fucking amount of clients I got, so I use one hand a lot. So that's a pretty damn big phone. Okay? Pretty big phone. And dude, lately, bro, like, it's a heavy phone, bro. It's a heavy phone. And like last night, bro, I was like, yo, I'm done with this shit. So I called Apple and I'm like, can I trade it in for the iPhone 12 Pro? Kind of downgrading. And they're like, well, it's the newest phone. We can't give you the support. I'm like, okay, so I just got to buy this new one outright. And yeah. And so I bought this new one, the 12 Pro. And this should be my first decision. So I either got to sell this. This is like a month old, not even. Well, actually just over a month old. I was just outside the refund window. This is brand new. So I'm going to sell it or give it to my brother. So way better. Don't get the Max, man.
That's funny because I got the big one.
You got stronger hands than me, man. I don't know. My wrist is like, dude, I'm on my phone a lot.
Oh, we are ox over here, boy. We are ox over here.
They get all that vegan shit, bro. Now I just do it too much, bro. Like all day, bro. All day. And I'm sure you already should too a lot. But I'm a one-hand guy. I don't really hold the phone with 2 hands. I'm bad at that. Like only when I'm typing like this. But most times I'm doing other stuff, I'll be like, and then I jump back. And I think it's just like the wear of it. I'm with the one-hand shit. So if you're the only one that wants a phone, I'm selling it for kind of cheap.
Well, just give it to
Get rid
me,
of it.
brother.
I was gonna give it to my brother who has an iPhone 12 mini, and I'm like, bro, you're taller than me and you got longer fingers than me. Like, why did you do that? So if no one gives me at least what I think I should get for it, and then I'll just give it to him as well.
Just give it to your brother.
$1,100 phone, bro. Take it. I might give it to him. Yeah, I think I will. I'm trying to help a couple people I know need a phone. And I'm like, yo, I'll sell it to you for like $7, and they're like, and I'm like, yo, make a decision, because that's just like you're not even a month old in the case, bro. Like, this shit's fire. But if you don't have it, then I'm gonna give it to my bro.
Give it to your brother. Put money on the Browns money line first week against the Chiefs. Hit that, then boom, there it goes. It paid for your phone. Boom.
Dude, I buy my shits outright, bro. I just like doing that. Like, you can do the plan. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, the Apple Store. Anyways, so yeah, way better. My hands need to get a lot more relief. I mean, already I can see a difference. I'm like, yo. At first, it felt like I was holding a mini, but I was like, nah, this is good. I got the max. I thought the battery's gonna be like, okay, battery's good. I don't care about the screen. The batteries was like, but they're like, bro, it's got like no battery, man. Like, who the fuck are you, Bill Gates? I'm like, nah, bro. Anyways, that's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Me too. So we're getting off here. One more. Colts, Carson Wentz, going to be very good. I think they go over their total. I don't even know what it is, but if it's 10, hammer that. I think the Colts easily win the South. The only competition is the Titans. I think the Colts will be more complete of a team. Carson Wentz makes them better. They made it pretty obvious last year with Phillip Rivers. He struggled early on in the year. They changed up their whole offense. And then they rolled from there. So they made it pretty obvious that they can adapt to how their quarterback is going to play and what's good for them and what's good for their offense. So I think Indy is going to be very good. And I'm kind of scared.
I think Carson Wentz is in the perfect spot. Yeah, me too. I couldn't agree more. I think they're going to smack. I think Carson Wentz is finally in a right system. Phillip Rivers was given the fucking keys to the kingdom. You know, he did his best. Phillip Rivers is a gamer. I love the way he plays.
He has like 25
skills in there, bro. It's like the perfect fit. I'm really excited to see what they do. So I couldn't agree more. Dude, I don't have a Suns hat, bro. I got some hats coming in the mail. It's purple. I wear hats because they match. I should get a Suns hat. I lived in damn Arizona for 7 years. So yeah, you got me, but they ain't playing the Lakers, so we good.
All right. Well, we're going to get off here. Thank you guys for tuning in. The comments was fun this week. We will get into NFL very shortly. Doms, we'll talk about that soon. But, guys, I appreciate you all. Enjoy the game tonight. Sharp, you got anything?
Nah, man. Remember the Suns play.
Remember the Suns play. And first half under 108. Peace.